There are probably two explanations for why we like giving presents, apart from the fact that it's simply tradition. You need to wonder where that tradition comes from. Is it just something that one particular culture does, or is it something that goes much deeper into our evolutionary origins? And I don't know, I'm only guessing. I suspect that present giving is something that all human cultures do, and it probably goes way, way back to our original origins when we were the very first humans living in Africa. And sharing was extremely important to those groups of humans. There were no possessions, nobody had any particular object. That's something that developed much, much later in human culture. And giving other people things, sharing the things you did have, was essential to survival. And we can see that aspect of morality in all sorts of ways that humans behave, which is generally termed altruistically, i.e. sharing something, doing something to help somebody else, perhaps at your own expense. Now, a cynic might argue that, well, the only reason we give presents at Christmas or any other time of the year is with the hope of getting something back. And that might indeed account for particular individuals' needs or reasons for giving presents. But I think if you look at it as a widespread cultural phenomenon, then you need to find a biological explanation, because all aspects of our morality and features of our culture that are common through all societies are almost certainly telling us something about our evolutionary origins, about the way that our genes were shared. Our genes drove us to behave in particular ways, because that would ultimately lead to the survival of ourselves and those who are closely related to us. So I think that ultimately the explanation for why you're giving that present to that person you perhaps don't particularly like but you feel obliged to is ultimately going to be residing in your genes, which are producing a particular behaviour and a morality that is shared by the whole species.